Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy A1 Solution, and we're going to be talking about the California fires and just the incompetence, the management, the mismanagement, and the fact that all these fires are happening because of people that did not refill the didn't even know that we didn't have any water. What it seems like, because all these fires seemed to happen at the best time because these reservoirs had no water. We had firefighters, taking out fires without any water, so they couldn't do anything. Long story short, and for the first night where all these fires happened, they couldn't really do anything. Now I think there's a lot more going on, because we got National Guard helping with the looting, all that stuff. The mayor talks about it a little bit. She's kind of like, kind of acting like Joe Biden a little bit, like not really knowing. I don't know, it's weird. But the one thing I did like was I don't know if it's like a fire department lady, but she's like the head up in the fire department or something like that. This lady. We're gonna get to it. I forgot her name, but she was having an interview and she was talking to the news reporter and stuff like that. And she got asked like, hey, like, has your mayor failed you? And she said yes. And there was actually an article online saying that she got fired, but actually she didn't. I guess there was fabrication going on or something like that. I don't know. But apparently they talked or something like that. But we all know that something's going on, and there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? They're like right now, even Gavin Newsom's blaming someone else. Like, he's trying to take the blame off of him. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, dude. Which is crazy. We saw a video of Gavin Newsom standing in front of a fire, literally standing in front of a fire, talking about it, doing photo ops, all that stuff. And I was talking to someone about there was a Gavin Newsom video where he's talking in front of a fired house, right? A house that's on fire. And he's talking about all these things about him and all this stuff, and talking crap and all that stuff. But the one thing I find weird is I feel like we're living in like an alternate reality, because when you're doing an interview, right, and there's a house behind you and it's burning, through the past years, don't we usually see like firefighters like on the fire, and they're actually doing stuff while you're talking on the interview? And like, it's just interesting to me that there's no one behind him. It's like a whole nother reality. Do you realize that? It's like we're living a whole nother dimension or something. It feels like it. Like it's so backwards. It's so counterintuitive. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. Because usually when you're doing an interview, you got people in the background taking out the fire. But in this, it's like, because there's no water, there's no equipment, but they send equipment to Ukraine, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just super scary. I'm going to have my recording going now in 3, 2, and 1 here. So it should be going now. You should see a pop up now. But yeah, man, like, we got some stuff to talk about. This stuff's just scary. People are even saying they're seeing like UAPs in the smoke. We do know there's some arson going on. There is definitely some arson going on. And I also heard that ICE is starting to crack down on illegals. And I saw a video where there was a person filming Walmart, and how there's literally no one in there, like no illegals or anything like that. It's just crazy. It opened my eyes a little bit to how many people are not supposed to be here, but they're here. You know what I mean? And it's not like I don't want them here. It's just that people cross the border and we don't know who some of these people are, and they're crossing and they get these green light to live here, and it's like, what are we doing? There's a legal system where they have to do a legal process, right? But it's like, it's just weird to me. It's just really weird to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, so right here on the screen, it says, who goes to jail over this? The 117 million gallon Santa Ynez Reservoir in Pacific Palisades, a key part of LA's water system, was empty for repairs. Like that's just so. You know what this reminds me of? The New Orleans, which I'm actually going to talk about. I have a theory video that's already done. Just waiting to drop it because all this stuff's happening. But If you think about it, remember the New Orleans stuff with the whole pole, the barrier thing being on repair, but it just reminds me of that. And then also, by the way, I forgot to talk about it, but there's actually a fire in Arizona. There's a fire in New York City. Not sure if it's still there, but there was a giant fire going on there, and there's some more fires too going on that I don't know about, but that I've seen online, and I think I bookmarked it. We'll see. But it's just scary knowing that our reservoir had no water. We had no water, bro. We had no water. You know what I mean? And it's scary. Like right now, I think the fires, the Palisade fires near Brentwood and stuff like that, like Oak Park. It's just so scary. You know what I mean? The Hearst fire, all these fires, and Anyways, though. So Alex Jones confirms arsonists have set multiple fires that led to the inferno. Not even just him said that, but I've actually seen reporters talk about it. So it's not even just him. So some people say, "Oh, it's just Alex Jones, a conspiracy theorist." No, he actually was listening to a lot of the articles going on, as I was too. And then Donald Trump says one of the best and most beautiful parts of the United States of America is burning down to the ground. It's ashes, Gavin Newsom. And then Elon Musk said it's over for Gavin. I mean, the one thing about Gavin Newsom, he's trying to blame other people for the cause. Like, dude, you're literally the freaking governor, bro. Am I wrong? Like, doesn't the governor have like more power than a lot of these people that are under him? Because like, there's a reason why I don't know. It's just so weird to me, man. It's so weird to me that Gavin Newsom is trying to look like the better person, the guy who talks about the smelt like that. Like, that's the whole reason why it's like this, is because Gavin Newsom cared about a fish more than the people. You know what I mean? Look into it. Trump talked about it. He was talking about smelt, right? Those little tiny fish, right? But it's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Incompetence costs lives. You know what I mean? The Palisades Reservoir was empty and offline when the firestorms came, and they knew too. They knew the Mayor Bass. She was not in our state, our country. I think she was out of country. You know what I mean? She was not even in the United States. And they knew about this stuff coming. They knew. You know what I mean? When you know there's a high wind coming that's going to be causing damage, why would you leave your state? You know what I mean? Why would you even leave? Regarding of what you're doing, do it over like a voice call or something like that if it's that important, you know what I mean? Because you have to stay here and protect our lives and be here, because if you're not here, it makes it look bad on you. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's a tough job, I guess. But yeah, right here, I'm gonna click it here. But people are saying there's like, so right here. So we're looking at it, right? You see that line? Some people are saying it's not a helicopter or like an airplane because it's going way too fast. But people are like slowing that down. Let's do it one more time here. I mean, I don't know. See, it's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell what that is. But people are speculating on that. I saw this Mel Gibson. This is a little off track, but we still got some other stuff here. But Mel Gibson said, I had 3 friends, and all 3 of them had stage 4 cancer. All 3 of them don't have cancer right now. What do they take? Ivermectin and fenbendazole. Yeah, that stuff. So that's very interesting. So if you want to look into that, you can. This video is about the fire, but I did have that there. So here we go. Here's the footage here. It's the massive 5-alarm fires rips through New York's Bronx apartment buildings, leaving 7 injured as nearly 200 firefighters battle flames fueled by heavy winds. So New York and also Arizona. I saw something about the Arizona stuff that it was like super cold. I don't know how that works, but it's like super cold and they're fighting fires in the cold. It's like 0 degrees or something. I don't even know. I think I have the article somewhere around here, but we'll look at it. So that's kind of scary. So New York's going through some stuff. 200 passengers evacuated at a Delta flight at Atlanta Airport after an aboard takeoff. Emergency slides were used. So that's happening too. So we got that whole, because before the fires, we knew there was a giant storm coming, right? So there's that happening, right? Breaking news: Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass demanded her fire department make an extra 49 million of budget cuts a week before the fires, per Daily Mail. The extra cuts requested just days before fires. I mean, see, the one thing about Daily Mail is I've noticed that Daily Mail has had like false stuff, said. So I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. But I did see other people talk about it too. So it's you know what I mean. So so we're gonna go here. So I got like two or three different updates just because they kept updating it throughout the days yesterday and today. Excuse me. So it says right here, updates of fire containment of this morning. Sunset Fire, 100% contained. The Lydia Fire, 75% contained. Hearst Fire, 37. Kenneth Fire, 35. But it's actually gotten better, but we're going to get to that in a second here. By the way, thank you for stopping by to this video. Make sure you like the video. Comment down below. Comment down below anything, any knowledge that you know, anything that you want to share. Share it. We are the media. We are the people to spread the knowledge, the truth here, and to spread our opinion too, and our thoughts, our free minds, our free will, our will, our souls. We're speaking our mind, you know what I mean? And let me know anything down below. Okay, so here we go. Excuse me. Okay, so this person says it's called a reset for a reason. So look at this right here. This is I don't know if there's audio to this, but we'll see. No, there's no audio to it. But just look at that, man. Look at all those fires. I don't know if this is real, too. I don't know if this is real. But just look at all those fires, dude. If this is real, this scares me. There's fires in Africa. There's fires there. There's fires there. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. Who else is scared? Look at me. I'm scared, bro. Scary stuff. And the one thing that scares me about Gavin Newsom and all that stuff, man, is the fact that, if anything bad happens, like if we ever do get attacked, like let's say China attacks or something like that, I don't trust these motherfuckers, dude. I don't trust them. Because if they can't dude, think about that. If they can't handle a fire, how are they going to handle, like, war? Like, if we got attacked by, like, China or Russia, like, what are they going to do? They're just going to be like, oh, they're here. Everyone just start panicking and pack up your stuff and get out of California. You know what I mean? Like, that, what are we doing, man? Like, it's just so crazy to me. You know what I mean? I just feel like not being prepared is such a bad thing. You know what I mean? Super scary, bro. Super scary. And then, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Take this with a grain of salt. Some people say it's not accurate, but who knows? But still, even just the thought, think about that, though. That could be real. That is real. It could be real. Like, just because it sounds fake, but that could be real. That could be an actual thing that can actually happen, and that's fires everywhere. And that's how you start a crazy disaster. Now, some say this is climate change, but no. This is not climate change, by the way. This is not climate change. This is called not knowing how to take care of your environment, a.k.a. Gavin Newsom. What are we doing? You know what I mean? It's just wild to me. It's wild to me. So breaking news, Supreme Court to uphold TikTok. So this is another off-track thing. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. But TikTok, their ban is coming. Their ban is coming. They're also banning Lemon 8. So if you have Lemon 8 as well, you might notice stuff there too. So the one last thing I want to say before I continue on here with the real news, TikTok, I mean, it's still news, but like there's still, other platforms, which I still feel bad. It's just I don't use TikTok, so it doesn't affect me because I knew TikTok was not going to be there forever. Because think about it. It's a Chinese company, bro. It's a Chinese company. And it runs America. It's like, think about that. Like, that's crazy. Bro, everything we buy, China owns. You buy something, what do you read on the back? Made in China. TikTok, made in China. The one thing about TikTok too is, if they do buy it, if an American company buys it, we're not going to get the algorithm. So whatever algorithm that TikTok has, it's not going to be the same algorithm. And also too, if you have TikTok, and even though it's getting banned, you can still download or have TikTok on your phone, But the only downside is your TikTok app is never gonna get updated. You're never gonna get updated. Your phone, your app's gonna turn into crap, and it's just gonna be bad. So it's like there's not even a point to even have it. Even though it gets banned, you can still use it. It's just that it's not gonna get updated. It's just, I don't know. Long story short, there you go. Anyways, though, California banned insurers from canceling or not renewing residential property policies in Los Angeles neighborhoods that were affected by the blazes. That's insane, bro. That's insane. This person says insurance companies are about to declare bankruptcy. Should be illegal to cancel policies like everywhere in California. That's crazy. There was like mass cancellations. Like it feels like, because I've seen a lot of videos of people saying, "Yo, like we had to protect our house because we don't have fire insurance." They took that crap out like weeks ago, months ago. You know what I mean? Scary stuff. A lot of scary stuff. And then like I said, a lot of people are saying all these fires are arson. They don't make sense, but it also makes sense because we've actually heard people say like, hey, there's going to be fires in California. You just got to wait for the right time, the right, the wind speed, the direction. Once you hit that right spot, it's like hitting that G spot. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit that spot. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me. What was this here? So it says California wildfires line up exactly. Oh yeah, this is crazy, bro. So does anyone remember the California high-speed rail station system thing that they had for California? This person calculated that California wildfires line up exactly in the same path as the California high-speed rail system. And not only that, I forgot to talk about this, but take this with a grain of salt because, you never know how the internet is. But there's theories out there that, or I'm not even sure if it's a theory. I wonder if it's true because it says there's an article or a page, and I don't know if I bookmarked it, but they're planning to build apartments in the new area where they took out, where all the houses are gone, all the buildings. They're going to start building apartments, bro. They're going to start building apartments. And you want to know what these California fires remind me of? Hawaii. Hawaii. Everyone gets screwed. People there's also people saying that there's people asking to buy their land. Think about that. People are wanting to buy their land. Okay, sorry, I got some on my lip. But here's the list so far who abandoned DEI. Meta, McDonald's, Walmart, Boeing, Molson Coors, Lowe's, Ford, Jack Daniels, Harley Davidson, John Deere, Tractor Supply, Toyota, Nissan, Caterpillar Inc., and the DEI grift is dying. But the one thing about, so I saw Zuckerberg, right? I saw Mark Zuckerberg on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about, the FBI, talking about the laptop, all that stuff. So the one thing is I feel like Mark Zuckerberg left out a lot of stuff. I feel like they really interrogated him or pressured him a lot more than what he's saying, because sometimes I feel like he stutters and mumbles and like wants to talk about something, but feels like he can't because it gets too into it. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Here's my point. Isn't it weird that after all this stuff, after all this time, Mark Zuckerberg finally, kind of like wants to be a part of the red, right? The red. Hey, let's follow this. We're gonna talk about the vaccine and how the vaccine, wasn't the best thing. All these things. It's just interesting seeing someone come out like this and take so long, yet was so confident that these things were not right. And he talked about it. He was like, yo, like, the FBI or whatever, they're telling us like, hey, we got to censor this, right? Because blah, 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 right? And he's saying like, yo, like, why are we going to censor this? All this stuff's true. You know what I mean? This stuff's true. It's just wild to me. You know what I mean? But some people are skeptical on Zuckerberg. Long story short, if you get what I'm saying or not, Long story short, people do not trust Mark Zuckerberg. Just saying. They're a little skeptical. And the funniest thing here is talking about Meta and Zuckerberg. There was an article where it said the same day at Meta's offices in Silicon, Texas. Well, it said something different. It was like Meta has told people to take out like tampons in like men bathrooms or something like that. And that was actually real. It's right here. Oh yeah, it's right here. Orders the removal of tampons from men's bathrooms. So Meta, aka Facebook, at their company, they had tampons in men's bathrooms. Oh my God. Also, this is a little off track here. This is Macy's. Macy's is closing 66 stores. 66 stores. Do you remember going to the mall and seeing Macy's and, I mean, people in general? I mean, malls used to be booming. Always on Christmas and the holidays, even just regular days. Now it's like no one even goes to the mall. No one does anything. They order from Amazon. You know, I feel like I feel like my prediction is coming true, and I feel like ever since COVID, and I had a theory a long time ago, but it doesn't matter anymore. Obviously, it's happening now, so it doesn't matter. But I did have a theory that malls, even movies, like I feel like movie theaters like Regal and all these other movie theaters, I feel like they're all going to go out of business because, I mean, we have it on our TV. You know what I mean? We don't own these DVDs. I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure DVDs are just like video games. I never knew this, but video games, when you buy a video game, you don't own that shit. You don't own that at all. Isn't that crazy? You don't own that disc that you bought for $60, for 120 maybe. Maybe you bought the special edition or something like that. You purchased like $200 for this special edition game, and guess what? You don't even own it. You don't own it. It's just you're borrowing it. You know what I mean? That's why we had Blockbuster, because it's not ours. You know, I'm sure it applies with DVDs too, right? So they're closing, and the Biden economics worked well. Oh my God, Biden. Joe Biden, you have done nothing. Your whole entire, oh my God, it's so scary, bro. It's so scary. It's so scary that someone like Joe Biden can come into office. And that's why we need Trump, man. We need Trump. We need him. And we have, I'm gonna check right now. We have 9 days, bro. 9 days until Trump. 9. So there's the New York fire. Like I said, there's a New York fire, a 5-alarm fire on Wallace Avenue in Bronx. There's also another report here. It says early Friday, the FDNY responded to reports of a fire at 2910 Wallace Avenue in the Bronx. So this fire happened at 1:45 in the morning. So tell me, so obviously this is different, right? But this is at 1:45 in the morning. We arrived here a little after 1:45 this morning. We found blah blah blah. You know, long story short, there's a fire there. So they're pretty much just dealing with that. There's nothing really. Obviously, you get it. There's a fire there, right? I don't need to get much into it. But if you want to look into it and see the reasoning, some say it's the winds, some say it's arson. I believe that. Another thing that's super sad. So if here's a warning. You probably see the picture already, but this is a warning. This is super sad. So if you want to skip ahead a little bit, but the palace, so long story short, with all these fires, right? All these fires that are happening, people are letting their dogs go. So what they're doing is when the fire's happening, they get all their stuff, and this is my opinion, right? This is my opinion to why people do this, to why they're, leaving their dog on the street or leaving them at their house and not taking them with them, which is so scummy. You know what I mean? But I think they're doing this because they know they're screwed. They know they have no health. They have no fire insurance. They're not going to be able to get the house back. They don't have enough money to pay for the dog, and they're going to be homeless. You know what I mean? These people are going to be homeless. Think about that. They have no house. They have no fire insurance. I mean, someone's probably just going to buy their house and buy their land and then probably rebuild it and then sell it again. That's probably what's going to happen. That's what they're going to do. They're going to build all these apartments, all these things, And also, the one thing about the fire is the one thing I noticed. Wasn't it weird that the fires, if you when you first watched it, like the hearse, and then the Eaton, and then the Palisades, if you look at that, like, isn't it weird that it was in a triangle? I mean, dude, I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, and I know there's a lot of arson stuff going on, and people are saying it's the winds, but isn't it weird? I'm definitely one of those people that grew up with like the whole Illuminati and stuff like that, but isn't it weird that the first three fires were in a triangle? And also, people are saying, and also, I had another theory too. I have another crazy theory, bro. So my theory is that the reason why it was in a triangle is because it was for a ritual. Think about it, a ritual. And guess what's under the ground? People speculate that there's train tracks and like trafficking underground and all that stuff. Who knows, man? Who knows? But that's a theory of mine. My theory is that they were doing a ritual, something like that. And Google it. You can definitely do rituals with triangles. So Google it. You could definitely do it. But yeah, so long story short, there were 300 animals that are strays that are running rampant on the streets because people did not want to bring their animals in. And there was cats, there were dogs, birds, while the fires are burning. Crazy stuff, man. Don't do that. I remember seeing in Florida, someone tied up their dog on a fence and left the dog there to rot. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. These like dogs are important. Animals are important. Someone's got to take the animal. Like if you don't want the animal, go to a shelter. Give it to them. Say, "Hey, we can't take care of this dog," or whatever. Go to a pound or something. I don't know. Like there's someone out there that's gonna take care of that dog. You know what I mean? Just don't leave those dogs out there, man. If you're watching this, don't leave your dog out there. Okay, so this person said, "I'm sorry, but Gavin Newsom is a psychopath." Okay, this is what I'm saying. So Gavin Newsom is trying to blame someone else when he's the governor of California. Think about that. Think about that. It's like, what are we doing? You're the one who's supposed to take care of the reservoir, but you decided to take care of the smelt, the SMELT, smelt, these little tiny fish, cared more about those fish than us. And it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. This thing was getting fixed. It was getting fixed during a wildfire time. The perfect time. The most perfect time. And to this day, it still reminds me of the New Orleans attack where the guy drove inside of there. And those barriers weren't up, right? The barriers weren't. I don't know. It's just odd to me. It's all odd to me. I talked about it earlier, but yeah. So right here it says Los Angeles Fire Department. Kristen Crowley was fired. So yeah. So that's her name, Kristen Fire Department Chief Kristen Crowley, and she was summoned by Bass. So some people were speculating that she got fired, right? But she didn't. She didn't. It's all fabricated stuff, right? I don't know where it came from. Right here it says California is receiving incredible support from Oregon, Washington, Utah, Colorado, Idaho, New Mexico, and Nevada in the battle against wildfire. So we have a lot of people, but we're still, I still feel like we're kind of short a little bit, just a bit. And I feel like there's gonna be some fires that are gonna get crazy, not in a good way. I don't think there'd be a good way either. I don't know. I don't know why I said that like that. But I just want to say one. I'm gonna keep moving on here, but I just want to say one last time. I did talk about it yesterday, and I think I'm probably gonna make a video specifically about this. But thank you to everyone. Excuse me. Sorry, my allergies. But thank you to everyone that is a firefighter, that is a police officer, that is in the air, that's flying in the air. Thank you so much for taking care of our environment. We know it's not your fault. We know it's not your fault. It's the people in charge fault, the people that cared about, small little fish than, our economy and our wilderness, our mountains, our houses. I appreciate all the firefighters, all the people that risk their lives. They've been out there for hours, for 20 plus, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus hours, all day, every day, smelling in smoke, fighting for us. And we get to sit here peacefully in our houses, knowing that everything's going to be all right. That's what's amazing. That's why I hate the fact that Gavin Newsom is our governor, because I don't trust this guy. He can't fix. He paid the homelessness more money than the firefighters. What it seems. I think there's actual. I think there's an actual article that states that he took care of homelessness more than the firefighters. But guess what? There's homeless people. Homeless people start fires on purpose. There's actual proof. There's people videotaping homeless people like lighting fires. All this stuff. There's even a guy said there was a guy that got caught this year that was caught a couple of years ago lighting a fire a long time ago. It's like, what are we doing? And then there was a guy that got caught with arson. Right? People were like, "Yo, that's arson." The police officers were like, "Yo, there's not enough probable cause." There's literally a homeless guy carrying a torch in his hand. How is that not enough proof that this guy, it's like a cop stopping me with a pipe in my hand with residue in it, with, like, let's say drugs or something like that, right? And the cop says, "Oh, we're gonna arrest you, but there's not enough probable cause. There's, it's not in your system, so, but there is a pipe there, but because it's like you were about to do it. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if that's the best example, but it's some kind of example. But it's just wild to me. Also, too, by the way, to the firefighters, in and out. By the way, if anyone's a firefighter watching this, I guarantee it's not gonna happen, but not true. But if there is a firefighter or maybe someone who knows firefighters in California, let them know that the In and Out is actually giving free meals to people that are firefighters that are fighting for our fires in California. I don't know if any other places, but because I know In and Out's like more of a West Side thing. But yeah, so if you're a firefighter and you're in California dealing with these fires, try to find a In and Out. Maybe they might. I'm sure of it because I've seen a picture of it and I've confirmed it. It's in Glendale, but I don't know where, if it's like everywhere. But that's just what I know. I saw an article. I might have to post it here. But I was trying to make sure it's real because it was like a fan, because it was like an In-N-Out fan or something like that. So I didn't know if it's real because sometimes people have satire, right? Sometimes people have satire, but I knew this was not satire because it was genuine. It was like, yo, like this is real. So if you see like an In-N-Out, maybe ask them, like, hey, do you guys have that firefighter? I'm so confident that you can probably go to any In-N-Out and say, hey, I'm a firefighter. I heard you guys have free food or whatever. I'm sure if you go anywhere, I'm pretty sure, bro. Because In-N-Out, like, they're so legit, bro. In-N-Out's legit. I love their food. Some people don't like their food though. Some people don't like their food, but I like their food. I mean, if I wanted to choose between McDonald's and In-N-Out, probably be In-N-Out. Yeah, I like it. I like McDonald's too, but McDonald's, like, I feel like when In-N-Out fry, like, here's the thing. When In-N-Out fries get cold, you can still kind of eat them, you know what I mean? But with McDonald's fries, like, when they get cold, they get soggy. So you got to eat them quick, you know what I mean? So you got to have them nice and hot, you know what I mean? That's the one thing about McDonald's. Whenever I worked at my job, I used to work at, like, Dollar Tree, the movie theater, construction, all that stuff. And whenever I got food, man, I'd be one of those people who say, hey, can I get, like, a nice hot little hot fries, you know what I mean? Because I'd rather wait like 10, 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Because for nice fries, because every time I go, dude, every time I go to McDonald's, my fries are, they're like, they're either I need to eat them now or they go bad, you know what I mean? Long story short, you know what I'm talking about. Let's keep going anyways. But lad, long story short though, thank you to all the firefighters that are helping us stay safe. And I know we've lost people's houses. We've even lost people in general unalived. You know what I mean? We've lost people. You know what I mean? So prayers. I'm just grateful to have people that want to keep us safe. Even though we lost stuff, even though we've lost houses. Yes, I get that. But still, they're fighting, and I appreciate that. We need that. We need fighters. We need people that don't give up. We need people that want to keep us alive. You know what I mean? Here, living, to be able to have a future. You know what I mean? That's what we want. You know what I mean? Last night and this morning, New York City's bravest battled a fierce fire in the Bronx. Yeah, so here you go. Here's some more stuff here. But no serious injuries. The FDNY was up against it, but their persistence and resilience paid off. So I'm assuming they took that out there. It looks like. I'm assuming they're battling that pretty well, so that's good. developing. The drone situation with Trump is getting very serious. So this is like a day ago. Donald Trump says they don't want to talk about it, and nobody knows why. So one thing Donald Trump talked about was that he's gonna spill the beans and tell people why these drones are out here. And I personally think they're China. I think it's China, and I think China's probably the reason why these fires are happening too. But that's a whole nother can of worms, because I'm talking about drones. I'm not talking about people on the ground, like, arson and stuff like that. I'm talking about, like, because they're saying that these things can go invisible, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not gonna talk too much into it because I'm not a specialist, but I've heard stuff, right? I've heard stuff. You can listen to me or not, whatever. But I've heard that there's been crazy maneuvers, a lot of just things that we know. It's something to do with like propulsion, right? Propulsion stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna leave Ashton Forbes page account or channel down below. You can go check his YouTube account. This dude gets into like propulsion and all that stuff. And also, by the way, Dr. Greer has actually spoken about Matthew Liversberger, the guy that was in the Tesla in front of Trump Towers. He actually spoke. Dr. Greer said he was a part of their little group thing they had. So, but the one thing I think of is I think if Matthew was, so if this is true. Sorry, my allergies is kicking up. Oh, this is awkward. This is an awkward pause. I'm sorry. My allergies, man. Yeah. Anyways, though, the one thing that's got me suspicious is what if Matthew did not believe in Dr. Stephen Greer, and the reason why Matthew did what I don't know. Maybe they're still talking somehow. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah. So long story short, Dr. Stephen Greer is gonna come clean in a couple days, like 10 days, 9 days before Trump. Hopefully. A lot of people are speculating that he's not going to come up with nothing and stuff like that. I don't know. And some people are suspicious too, saying that like, how come he's coming up now about the whole Matthew stuff? Why did he wait so long? You know what I mean? So some people are skeptical about that, right? And then one thing is Joe Biden is mad that Meta is replacing fact checkers with community notes, calling the move shameful. Yeah, Biden, we can't wait until you get out of office either, because we need someone who actually knows what they're doing. Yeah, so new evacuation warnings for Encinitas further north to Ventura Boulevard. It's crazy, man. So if anyone doesn't know, I live near these fires. I live around these areas. I live near Los Angeles, all that stuff, Oak Park, all that stuff, Sherman Oaks, all that stuff, all these places, Palisades, Malibu, all these places, Hearst. You know what I mean? I live in this area, Moore Park, Thousand Oaks, all that stuff. Bro, I live here. You know what I mean? It's crazy stuff. So yeah, there's more stuff happening. Palisades threatens San Fernando Valley Friday 6 p.m. So I wonder if that's like Encinitas. So this is that way, like this way. I don't know if you can see, but that way for me is like Sherman Oaks, Oak Park, and all that stuff, like Westlake, all that stuff. Back there, like back that way is Hearst, Palisades. So yeah, it's a little idea of which way it is for me, I guess. But yeah, that way is the Hearst, Palisade, Malibu, all that stuff. Eaton. The Kenneth fire is like that way. It's like that way from me, right? But when the fire first started, bro, I could not sleep though. I made a video about the fire, about how it ruining Los Angeles. Bro, the fire this way, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna go like this. The fire that way, I don't even know if you could see me, but yeah, the fire that way, bro, it scared the crap out of me because you can see the smoke and you can smell it, like legit smell it, like. But now you can't really smell it as much as before. So this is different. I'm not gonna talk much about this, but this talks about 1966, a scientist discovered Earth's kill switch. His research revealed civilization resets proof. Extinction event data in Earth's new reset data. Then CIA sees it all, but a 57-page declassified document from 2013 reveals why they're terrified. So if you want to look at this guy's post here, I'll try to remember it to post it down. Hopefully, I'll try to remember. But you can go read into it. It's a giant thread. You know what I mean? You can go look at it. The only reason why I'm not sharing it is because it's a little off track. Right here. So Stephen Greer says Cybertruck guy Matthew Steven Lilberg is connected to his UAP whistleblower coming. Oh my God, sorry. Oh my God, sorry. So yeah, so right here it says a little bit. There we go. Stephen Greer says Cybertruck Matthew Liversberg is connected to the whistleblowers coming out this month. So very interesting. But why did it take him so long? Because maybe here's my theory. The reason why he took so long is because he knew the government would look into him, into Stephen Greer. Maybe I don't know. But he did confirm it. And also he was on Newsmax. Dr. Greer was on Newsmax. He was talking about drones, the moon landing, Cybertruck stuff, and then he says his whistleblowers will be coming forward within the next 10 days before Trump's inauguration. So one thing is I want to say is when he drops this stuff, he's going to have a thing to download. That's what he said, though. He says you got to go to something and you download it and you share it. I'm going to download whatever he shares. Whatever he shares, I'm going to share it. So whenever day it drops, I'm dropping it. No matter what I'm doing, I'm dropping it, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to share it with you. So 10 days, 9 days, probably the 18th or something like that. Who knows? So right here it says, I'm hearing very credible reports that Gavin Newsom and developers are collaborating to change the zoning in Pacific Palisades from right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Take it with a grain of salt, though. Take it with a grain of salt, right? This is talking about the apartments in Palisades, right? So it says developers are collaborating to change the zoning in Pacific Palisades from R1 single family to R1 and R3, adding apartments. Was told its developers' dream to pack that place with apartments. And I could have sworn there was don't they have like a vision for like 2028 or something like that, Los Angeles in 2028, because they want to have those train tracks and all that stuff, right? Those speed rails, I guess you would say. I don't know, super interesting stuff. So this is from 15 hours ago. So this is a better update, more so than last update. So this update is Eaton Fire is 3% contained. Palisades Fire is 8% contained. Hearst Fire is 37% contained. The Kenneth Fire is 50% contained, and the Lydia Fire is 75% contained. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, these numbers are kind of sad, but I think there's a better update. I think a little bit more updated one than that soon here. Also, by the way, tell me when I'm telling lies, but this is scary, bro. Tustin police say on Wednesday, thieves, criminals gained access to a warehouse at a military or army reserve center in Tustin and took criminal. I got it. It's mine now. They took it. They took 3 military Humvees, 8 machine gun vehicle mounts, 7 freestand machine gun tripods, and med equipment, 40 binoculars, and 18 bayonets. How in the world? How does that happen? How? Military equipment? You know, I saw Sarah Adams talking about that too. And they're also saying, people are also saying, how is this not in the news? How do you take military equipment? How do you take this stuff? How? Weapons. How does that happen? And how is it not talked about on the news? I don't even think they're talking about this. This is like the whole cabal stuff. Remember in the cabal where they pulled out and they left a bunch of like just weapons out there, you know, just gear? Like, what are we doing? So crazy, bro. So crazy. California, a look at air and crew operations during the Kenneth Fire initial attack outside Calabasas, California. Calabasas, I think isn't Calabasas where the Kardashians live? In Calabasas, like Drake and all that, because Drake had a song called Calabasas PM or something like Crew operations during the Keenan fire. The quick response the quick response already has the 1,000 acre fire 35% contained. So that's a little bit later. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go over a video on some other stuff too soon here. I got so many videos to make. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how many videos it went from. I went from having like 8, pretty good videos to literally all this news coming out. But honestly, I can make a bunch of little videos, but since YouTube, YouTube hates when you push out like a bunch of mini videos. So the reason why this video is so long, and I'm sorry for that, but this is the only video I'm going to drop for the next like day and a half or so. And thank you for watching too. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you're still watching this, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'm trying to share as much news as possible, from myself and just from, unbiased. I'm trying to find anything that's, relevant that needs to be shared, you know what I mean? That needs to be told and let you know here in all these little articles we got here, right? So yeah, the fire here, that's yeah, right here. So Arizona. So right here it says Arizona. While the focus has been on California, Arizona popped a few fires the last 24 hours as well. There is a cattle fire outside Yuma. Yuma has a fire. Incredibly active initial attack, but crews were able to quickly bring containment to 50%. So that's good. So they were able to fight it, right? And it says it was determined to be human caused. So it was arson, right? So it was arson. They also had the ranch fire in the same area that is now 65% contained. The cause of that fire is undetermined. Thanks to the subscriber who shared the view of the cattle. That's just so crazy to me. So someone said, I heard the news earlier today that was 90% cause. Okay, so well either way, it's still good that they're taking care of that, but still scary too, right? And right here too, it says, holy moly, absolutely terrifying scenes in Kansas as a flying block of snow flies off the passing car and stuff like that. We're gonna keep talking about the fire stuff. Don't worry. I sometimes bookmark things that are irrelevant and add them in. So, but one thing is they tell people to make sure you wipe off the snow on your car. If it's snowing and stuff like that, make sure you wipe off your car, all the I don't know what you do. You wipe off the snow, the snow, I guess that's what you would say, the snow, just wipe it off. Yeah. Wipe off the snow, because what happens is when you're driving, that piece of snow can fly off, and then as you see here, it flies into someone's I don't know, the window, you know what I mean? Giants exist. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second. Actually not in a second. I might make a whole nother video. Sorry, stumbling words. Stumble. Walk right over it. Okay. HOA newsletter says LAPD believes these fires are being started by a savvy arsonist that knows wind patterns and fire science. So remember my last video I made talking about the Los Angeles being ruined? Or no, not that one. The video yesterday or 2 days ago, the one where I say urgent warning. So it's being proven that there's an actual arsonist, but the thing is this person knows wind patterns and science, fire science more so. They're targeting affluent areas, like we've said from day one. This isn't climate change, it's arson. So here we go. Dear neighbors, I know that everyone is on pins and needles over the fires all over Los Angeles County, and I don't want to alarm you. But I received the following information from a well-sourced person in LAPD. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. The LAPD is pretty sure that the fires are being caused by an arsonist. A very savvy arsonist that may know a lot about wind patterns and fire science. The arsonist seems to be targeting affluent areas that abut brush areas. Our community needs to be very vigilant for any suspicious activity. Please spread the word right now. They are fighting a brush fire that has started in Topanga. Please take this seriously. Make sure, keep monitoring your cameras. If your dogs are barking, investigate. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why I made that urgent video, man. I made that video saying, hey, we need to be aware. We need people anyone with cameras, anyone with home cameras, maybe anything. Be aware. Look at the mountains. Anytime you go outside, walk your dog, be aware of your surroundings. If you see anything suspicious, call in. Even if it's not suspicious, even if the person that whatever they're doing, it's not what you thought they were doing, but as long as you make sure things are okay. Like right now, it's a very scary time, so you got to be cautious. You know what I mean? This person says, so we're supposed to believe that this lady was saying about California. Okay. So this lady, she's talking about the California fires, and they're speculating her because she's wearing an upside down cross, right? So some people say, it's against Jesus, and some people are saying it's Christian. I don't know. See, that's something I don't know. But I would never. I'll tell you one thing I do know is I would never wear an upside down cross because just I don't. For some reason, in the back of my head, it seems wrong. Because throughout my whole life, I've always seen crosses, right? So the insurance company industry's biggest fear just came true. A company big enough to fight back. Samsung filed a $400 million lawsuit. Oh my God. I'm going to have a video talking about that. That's gonna come soon. We're gonna talk about that soon here. There's too much to talk about. Firefighters are racing to contain the Palisades fire as flames spread towards the communities of Brentwood. This is the most recent news here. And so Brentwood, West LA, and Encino. And then also we got the three Humvees, a machine mount, a gun mount, and other equipment stolen from the U.S. Army Reserve Center in California. And then there was also something about people dressing up as firefighters, looking like they have like clothes, the costumes, right? It's kind of like Assassin's Creed. You know how in Assassin's Creed you dress up and you try to like blend in, right? Or like, Watch Dogs or something like that, or like GTA or whatever. It's kind of like that, bro. It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? And what's happening is people are looting. So if you saw my video a couple days ago or yesterday, whatever, people are looting and stealing stuff, and what they're doing is they're dressing up as firefighter and pretending. But I don't know how long that's gonna last, because you can definitely get caught easily, right? But anyways, though, here we go. So this is 3 hours ago, the most recent update of these fires. 14,117 acres, 15% contained in Eaton fire. Palisades fire is 11% contained. The Hearst fire is 70% contained. The Kenneth fire is 80%, and Lydia fire is 98%. So you can actually kind of see a live feed there. You can actually see that, these changes have definitely changed over time. Like, they're definitely doing stuff. They're doing things, and they're doing it for us. They're risking their life for us. Me and you, us. Very important, right? Right here it says, a helicopter makes a critical water drop near the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles as the crew tries to save homes from the Palisades. The drop captured... So, dude, oh my God, dude. That's so scary, bro. I've been there, dude. A couple good years ago, we've had fires just like this all around, like the freaking circle, dude. Crazy stuff, man. Prayers. Another Humvee stuff. Los Angeles Fire Chief says aerial images showing that there have been 5,316 structures destroyed in the Palisades fire. 5,000 plus structures gone. And another 7,000 plus have been destroyed or damaged in the Eaton fire. So that's over 10,000 buildings. That's insane, bro. Gone. Zippo. Bye. See you later. We got to rebuild. And how long is it going to take to rebuild? Probably like a year, 2 years. Yeah, that's actually true. Okay, so think about this. How long is it going to take to rebuild all of Los Angeles? All the places that have lost homes. How long? That's something I question myself. Like, how long is it going to take? You know what I mean? How long? Palisades fire shifts targets to San Fernando Valley, forcing new evacuations for Saturday. And the Santa Ana winds, or the winds in California, are going to be picking up for this rest of this weekend, and maybe a little bit on Monday or something like that. But dude, it's just it's scary. It sucks because we have a freaking ocean, right? When the fires first started, we have an ocean. People are like, yo, are you guys stupid? Like, why aren't you guys using the ocean to take out the fire? The reason why you can't is because there's salt inside the water. Like, for some reason, there's a reason why, right? I'm not a scientist, whatever, but I've heard people, I've seen people talk about that, and there's reasons. I may not be able to explain the reason, but there's definitely reasons. But one thing I was thinking of was, isn't there a way to like distill the water? You know what I mean? Like clean the water. So what I was thinking is like you can get like one of those like, Navy ships, those giant Navy ships with like planes on it where you can have like F-150s and all that stuff, right? What I was thinking is why can't they have one of those ships that like suck up water and like take out water out of the ocean and clean it so they can use it for fires like this, like moments like this, like for like emergencies and stuff like that. Like times in like desperate measures kind of thing. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, hold on one second. I gotta fix this. All right, yeah, so there we go. Hold on one second. All right, yeah, sorry for that little pause there. But yeah, so these fires, so at least 11 people dead. Bro, 11 people, bro. 11, dude. And that's and I think it's more. I think it's more. I think there's more, dude. I think there's more. There's 13 people missing. And then we got the Fortune X apologizes to X. Wait, hold on. Let's see who this is. Fortune. Oh, okay, that's something different. Sorry, that's something different. The Kenneth fire, which erupted in western part of San Fernando Valley earlier this week, is now 80%. We've seen that already, I think, right? 75, I think it was earlier before that. Then now it's 80. So the LA water chief makes, dude, that's so crazy. So yeah, so I don't know how all this stuff works, right? I don't know how all this stuff works. The president, the mayor, all this stuff, right? So they're kind of like speculating the water chief. So the LA's water chief makes $750,000 a year. $750,000 a year. And you want to know how much the president makes? The president of the United States makes $400,000. Think about that for a second. How does that make sense? So why is the LA water chief not making sure the water is in the reservoirs to make sure we have water in our fire hydrants, all that stuff, and yet you get paid more than the president, yet the president does more crap than these people? How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? There is some mismanagement going on. People should not be getting paid this much. And if they're getting paid this much, they need to be doing their freaking job. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Like, why are you not doing your job? You know what I mean? Why? You're getting paid more than the freaking president. And there's no water in the reservoir because we want to take care of the smelt, these little fish. You know, and I get it. I care about environment. I care about wilderness, but there has to be a better way than whatever way they did. Whatever way they did, whatever the heck they did, there could have been a better way. I swear. There has to be a better way than what they did. You know what I mean? Like, dude, they get the reservoir water and dump it in the ocean. That's what they did. Is they dumped all this water, all this good water that we can use for fires, and they dump it in the ocean. And also Gavin Newsom is saying Gavin Newsom is blaming these fires and all this stuff happening because of misinformation. When really we all know the truth. We've heard it. There's no water in the fire hydrants. People need to come from other states just to help us because there's not enough people. All these people got fired because they didn't get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? And also, by the way, President Trump, I think he gives away his salary because Trump's already rich, bro. He doesn't need that money. He doesn't need $400,000. What is he gonna use that for? It's like his toilet paper money, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So right here, we got two more articles here. So ATF is taking over the investigations into the cause. So I don't know what ATF is. If anyone can let me know down below what ATF is, please like leave me a link or something like that I can read into it because I would love to know. Unless there's like an article here. So it says, okay, so maybe I can find it here. So it says, Okay, hold on. Let's read the top first. So it says ATF is taking over the investigation into the cause of the LA fires. So so I'm assuming they're meant to investigate stuff like this to figure out if it's like arson, if it's starting because of this. So someone said, "Oh, this is an obvious move to make the ATF relevant, since people are calling for the abolishment of the ATF. This is to make it difficult for Trump to remove them while they're in charge of this larger case." Interesting. Interesting. So they're playing chess, huh? They're playing chess. They're reading all the laws and figuring out how to do it the right way. Okay. Interesting, man. See, that's the scary thing, man, is there's loopholes. There's loopholes in everything. Like you could be doing something, right? And if you know the loopholes, because if there's no law for it, you can get away with it. Like I've seen people just break laws and get away with it because there's no law for it, because they figure out loopholes, like little things that don't get talked about in it. That it's just so wild to me. And I feel like a lot of people that are in government do these things. They have loopholes, like certain ways where they can get away with things because there's nothing. It's just wild to me. Long story short, it's wild, bro. It's wild. And then air attack reports 2 drones. So one thing is don't fly your drones in the air. Don't fly your drones in the air. You want to know why you don't fly your drones in the air? Is because stuff like this. Aircrafts get hit and then they become obsolete after that. So that it's very important, man. Don't fly your drones in the air when there's fires going on, because there's planes flying, there's smoke in the air, they can only see so much, and there's a little drone, little pebble flying in the air, you know what I mean? Boom, it gets hit, and then it ends up damaging the aircraft, and the aircraft has to, go down, and then they can't fly it, and they got to repair it or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's that, man. Bro, that's a lot. That's a lot, dude. I've sat here for like an hour probably. There's a lot going on, bro. And this is why I didn't drop a video yesterday, because there's so much stuff to talk about, and I wanted to put it all in one video and not multiple videos and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And again, I'm gonna end my video here. California is burning with no end in sight. Feels so disgusting that a country is so much wealth and a YouTuber is their only option. And Mr. B says the U.S. healthcare system needs to be fixed after helping 2,000 amputees walk again in new video. So insane, man. So insane. Like we're beating the woke virus. You know what I mean? The wokeness. Like we're actually waking up. We're waking up the sheep. We're waking up the sheep. We're getting out of that slumber that we gotta love all of this. No, we're actually thinking. We're thinking for ourselves. We're thinking for ourselves. We're actually speaking the truth. Speaking the truth is the best thing to ever do. And being honest, having free speech, not censoring things. And that's the one thing about Gavin Newsom. He wanted to censor people for speaking the truth, for talking about their opinions, and it's so crazy to me. That's how you know Gavin Newsom is wrong. Like we all know, when you start censoring stuff. If you watch the Zuckerberg with Joe Rogan, if you watch that whole podcast, the whole 2 hours and 50 minutes, if you watch the whole podcast, they talk about censorship. They talk about the FBI, wanting them to cut information from certain things, right? It's just, I thank this. I'm gonna end my video here, but I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters, all the police officers, all the people that fly in these airplanes. From Canada to anyone in our country, in our states, all that stuff. I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful for people like you that want to keep us safe. That's why you're in the job you're in, is to keep us safe. And if this gives any, just confidence, or maybe just, willpower to keep going, just thank you so much. Y'all are wasting so much time dealing with this BS when it shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. This should not be happening. You know what I mean? And I thank every single one that spend their days fighting these fires, smelling it, taking it in, dealing with people saying why there's no water and blaming you. Some firefighters have been blamed for not doing anything, and it's not their fault, man, and it sucks. It sucks because these people, they want to take care of us. They want to, but it's the people that are ahead of them, the people that are above them, the governor, the mayor,
the water people that get paid more than the freaking president. It's scary stuff. And, it makes me sad. You know what I mean? It makes me really sad. I really want to cry, but that's not going to do anything for my video. You know what I mean? Like people are going to feel sad for me, but it's not about me. It's about the people that are losing their homes, their places. It makes me sad. I do want to cry, but it's not going to do anything for this video. It's not. It's not. I've cried in my videos before, and it doesn't do anything. People don't care about that stuff. They don't care about that. And not to be mean, but it makes people more sad. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it turns people off from that. I don't know. But I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters, all the people that are doing this for our lives to protect us. And I know we've lost homes. I know we lost homes and stuff like that, but it's not their fault. They had no water. If they had water, dude, I guarantee you right now, if these firefighters had water and all these planes were able to grab water and drop it here, none of these things would have happened as much as they are. Like, we probably would have lost some stuff maybe, but not as much as we lost. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these places that we lost it. It's gone. People's memories. People's, just, privacy, privacy, being able to be able to come home and sit down and be away from the world and get away from the world, to be able to be safe and to be able to be by yourself, to be, kind of like coop up and rejuvenate from the world. People can't do that. People can't, this is like after Christmas too. We just had the holidays. We had all these holidays. We had a brand new year, which is already starting off like crap. We had all these things. You know what I mean? All these things that ramped up to this. And, we just want to live our lives. You know what I mean? We don't want to deal with this stuff. We don't want to deal with all this pain and agony and distress and trust, and losing our trust in our government, losing trust in our society, and all these things that are happening, our borders, all these wars. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? And these firefighters, man, like, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. They're saving lives. They're saving people. They're doing as much as they can, as much as what they can with what they got. And some people have perished. Some people have unalived. We definitely lost people. We definitely lost homes. But they're doing as much as they can. And, we just want to just live our lives and just do our thing, go home, drive, and some days we do take some days, honestly, I feel like sometimes we take this stuff for granted. Honestly, I think we do take this comfort. That's what I'm trying to get to. We want to be comfortable. We want to be able to come home and just relax and drink a soda and watch some YouTube or something like that. Now it's like we can't even go home. People can't go home. Like, that's scary and sad and also upsetting in America, in the United States, California. Thousands of people will not be able to go home and be able to sit down and enjoy their day. And I honestly, I feel like some of us do take it for granted sometimes. We get frustrated too much every single day. We get mad at our McDonald's employee for, messing something up. For, at the end of the day, these people are human. They're going to mess up their order. They're having a long day. And the one thing is we need to uplift them. People that work at McDonald's, people that work at, Uber, people that work at anywhere, any place, even like, anything. Like, people have feelings, and I feel like a lot of technology, a lot of these things make people forget about those things, about what these people are dealing with throughout their day-to-day lives. People that work at Domino's, you know what I mean? They're like, you got to realize that, like, we're supposed to be uplifting them, not making them sad and hating their job. That's the one thing about some jobs I had. I just like, I hated it because the people did not like being there. They brought all their negativity to the job that I worked at and made me frustrated, made me stressed. And it's like a domino effect. You know what I mean? Have you ever had that in your family where you're like, where one person's pissed off and then all of a sudden everyone's just like in their little mood? You know what I mean? It's just not good. You know what I mean? But I want to end this video here. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has watched this video. Listen to this if you have. It's a pretty lengthy video, but I'm just sorry to everyone. I'm sorry. I'm not the savior. I'm not a savior. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I'm not no one. But with someone who has a voice, someone who has a good heart. I care about people, man. I care. And long story short, when I was younger, I was very ignorant. I was very stupid. I did not think like I do nowadays, and that's why I say age is very important, because you go through a lot of experiences and you better yourself. You overshadow the badness and you become better, and you start becoming light. And I want to be light. I want to be light as much as, I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, and I'm never gonna be perfect. And I don't think anyone's gonna be perfect. But I think if you try to be the best you can, if you try to live your life as best as you can, you try to be as nice as you can to people, and you try to just be positive, just that alone, that's all you need. And taking care of your family, your friends, your kids, your wife, your animals, taking care of them, and not being too upset at people, but also being direct and giving the message. Sometimes people yell at someone, and you don't have to yell sometimes. Sometimes you can tell them the truth and be honest. But like, hey, like you could definitely have a tone, but you got to be. Sometimes people get anxiety nowadays, especially nowadays. Nowadays, I feel like people get anxiety and discomfort more than ever because of technology and all the things, like, because we're always secluded from like talking. Because back in the day, we used to talk all the time. We used to talk at school. We used to talk at this. Now we're on our phones, just doing that. You know what I mean? But regardless of that, I just want to say just thank you to everyone. Thank you for everything, and have a great day. Have a great day. Take care and stay safe. This is your boy A1 Solution. Hopefully you have a great day, and take care, and throw your prayers up, man. Throw your prayers up. Throw your prayers up. We definitely do. We definitely do need it. So, anyways, though, goodbye.